Remember nights in Brazil, finding orchids so rare. The secret streets winding through the hills, scent of clove in the air. Every night a new place, but the same face. Always calling you, always calling you, calling you. Remember still, calling you. Remember still, calling you. Remember still. Remember still. Remember still. Remember still. And in the sunsets in Cameroon, to forget where you've been. Every night a new place, but the same face.
Good evening, gentlemen. Oh, nah, hey here. I haven't had a minute to look at the chat. I saw one of the fellows' earlier comments were, "What kind of guitar do I play?" And mine is acoustic. You know, that acoustic is a whole vibe, man. You understand what I'm saying? And for many of you guys who have developed hobbies and habits, productive habits that you have introduced into your life, you know, you find peace in a lot of that stuff, man. You find solace in a lot of that. Because like I've forementioned before, man, you know, men rarely have a place of peace. Men rarely have a support system of where they could actually go and congregate about their problems and issues. And to be honest, I know a lot of you guys don't want to hear this. Many of the problems that we are faced with and the things that we struggle with are actually self-inflicted. Yeah. My mother played the guitar. I often talk about the fact that my mother was a extreme introvert. but she was also the most talented woman that I've ever met. My mother fought in the Gulf War. My mother was a soldier. She was also a college graduate. You know, she had her degrees and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, those things never defined her. There was something that I learned later on about my mother, that she could dance. You know what I mean? I took my mother out for her 49th birthday. And I, throughout all those years, I never knew that she could dance like she did. But the club that we went to with me, my mom, my aunts came out for my mother's birthday. You know, it was the what they be swinging. And I'm like, I've never seen my mother swing before in her life. And man, I mean, she was getting down, never missed a beat. You understand what I'm saying? She was very, very talented. So this actually uh, shuts down the fact that, you know, when men talk about their struggles with women, you know, it's always, you know, uh, you hate your mother or you have mommy issues and all this stuff. To be honest, me and my mother never had the greatest relationship. We, and I would like to say it was because we were a lot alike, you know, um, in many, many ways. My daughter is 25 years old and she reminds me of my mother. My daughter is about 5'11". My mother was 6 foot tall. She was a very tall woman. And so when I speak about the things that I talk about, people could easily interpret it as being some sort of gender divide. And this is where a lot of guys are going to get upset with me tonight by placing the onus on us. I've witnessed the Cheesecake Factory lady, the skit that got a lot of men emotionally driven. I've seen a lot of guys feel the need to respond to everything a woman says online. And it proves a valid point that a lot of men are very emotionally driven, and a lot of men are not emotionally centered, and many men are undisciplined when it comes to their emotions. Check this out, guys. Understand something. This is something that comes with understanding humans, something that comes with understanding female nature. You don't get upset with a dog for barking. You don't get upset with a fish for swimming. You don't get upset for a bird for flying. Everything that you've been conditioned to believe about women has been a lie. I know a lot of y'all may say, you know, where am I going with this? SJ, what's happening with you, man? XL, man, I'm glad you could be in the building. Listen, man, it is a foregone conclusion that many men don't understand women at all. And this is why a lot of guys struggle. Everything that a woman says online or in front of a camera doesn't deserve a response, man. A lot of the things that women say in your personal life doesn't deserve a response. As a man, you should be so focused and centered moving forward that nothing that anyone says is going to tilt you one way off your balance. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, man, that cheesecake bullshit is just it's a sketch. It's a skit. And most men, most content creators around here who talk about red pill this and red pill that, man, listen, you're being bamboozled. Your skirt is being pulled up and revealing your masculinity or lack thereof. I don't give a fuck about what a woman says she wants or what she says she desires from a man. I'm more concerned and focused about me. You understand what I'm saying? And as you guys as well should be more focused and centered on what you're trying to build and create. When you get into these comment sections where you're over emotional about what these broads saying, because at the end of the day, man, in a cyber delusion, this social media age, people can be whoever they pose to be. That's not their reality. For every female you see that runs her mouth about her standards and her preference, you'll typically see something within her life that is quite the contrary. This is why my discussions and things that I talk about over here aren't so much centered around what women say or what they say they want in a man. Case in point, you ever notice when many of you guys have been here and you have a lot of life experiences, because I tell you guys, this is where I come from. I speak upon life experiences and things that I've witnessed. Anytime that you've overexerted yourself, anytime that you've become too emotionally involved or intertwined with a woman, anytime you feel the need to do the things that you figure that women say they want you to do, you end up losing. Anytime that you become readily available at her beckoning call, anytime that you overexert yourself when you're sending good morning text, good morning queen, grand rising queen, when you're double texting after you haven't heard from her or after she hasn't responded to your text message, you feel some type of way. You feel the need to text more. You start to having anxiety. It's because your inherent nature as a man know that you're doing the most. You're doing entirely too much. And unfortunately for many of you guys who don't understand women, you're actually turning the woman off. Yeah. You can pretty much take anything that you've been conditioned to believe about women and throw it out of the window. This in here lies the reason that a lot of the guys, content creators and stuff, talk about Pookies and Ray Rays. They talk about, nice guys finishing last and all this other stuff. because they simply don't understand. As a man, you should always be focused first and foremost on your purpose and your vision. Anytime you put that woman on a pedestal, she is going to lose attraction for you. Anytime you introduce commitment, because I'm sure many of you have witnessed this. Anytime you introduce convenience along with commitment, that woman loses attraction for you. Now, why is that? You notice, MPI, I appreciate the $3 sponsorship. Salute to you, my brother. You'll notice that during the honeymoon phase, during the time where you're getting to know each other, during the time that you're having a great time, everything is very easy. She makes it easy for you. She makes it effortless because she's into you. But as time goes on, she starts to become more distant. Those text responses are less and less. Her phone calls are less and less. But you'll realize if you were to sit back and view things objectively, you're doing more. You're doing more than you did in the initial phases of interacting with this woman. And so this is why once you get into a relationship, once you invested your commitment and your convenience, you will find yourself doing more, but the physical interactions, the sex, becomes less. At one point in time when y'all was first kicking it off or whatever, and y'all was vibing, she was coming through cooking meals, come through and whip up something for you, asking you how your day was, rubbing your back, you know what I'm saying? Massaging you down, running your bath water, all that shit. Initially, she was attracted to that man. But as time goes on and the more you invest, the more you pursue, the more you start to present these extravagant dinner dates, the more you're concerned about every aspect of her life emotionally, she will start to distance herself. And therein lies the initiation of your problem. Yeah, fellas, I brought out the notepad here tonight. We live in a society that actually punishes men for setting boundaries. But it also rewards women who push men's boundaries. Never have I seen so many men in the comment sections of women who post pictures showing their derriere, maybe looking real good, real scrumptious. And those women will skip over those men. They don't like your shit. They don't even acknowledge you. But they will go right to a woman who's telling her how beautiful she is, and she will acknowledge her, even respond. It's a reason for that. Women don't care about the opinions of men in modern society. Women don't care about the preference of men in modern society because most men don't understand that you should even be concerned about what they got going on over there. That's just the truth. How weak does it make you look? How inferior does it make you look to be chasing ass, to pedestalize a woman that probably behind that camera and that photo doesn't even know her own worth? Tonight's entertainment was about ghosting. And I'll say for many brothers who don't understand this, excuse me, it takes resilience. It takes intestinal fortitude to push forward through every circumstance that you've ever been faced with. Think about how the life you lived 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 15 years ago. Think about the person that you were 10 years ago. For some of you, 20 years ago, 25 years ago. The resiliency that it took for you to get to this point and for you to give it away for nothing. I say this wholeheartedly because this applies to me. I tell you guys, I speak for the voiceless. I speak for the everyday, average, common man, in which I am. I'm a blue-collar brother that come from the trenches. I am self-made. My kingdom is a reflection of its king. Yeah, I had somebody come in the comment section talking about green screen. No, this is my den. But I want you to understand that it takes a level of courage to walk away. It takes a lot of courage to walk away from people that you love. It takes a lot of courage to walk away from situations and people who no longer benefit you. If you were to look at things objectively, you will see that a lot of the relationships that you have, a lot of the people that you entertain, it's all about them. It's never about you. And you will find yourself in a compromising situation when you're not attaining the things that you need to attain for yourself. You place too much belief, too much loyalty. You place entirely too much of your trust into other people. And to the point you simply disregard everything that you have going for yourself, the belief in yourself. I've told you guys before that relationships can actually be the ultimate dream killer. It can destroy everything that you're trying to accomplish, because at some point you will start to invest more into the other person. You're more invested in their happiness, more invested in their well-being than your own. And you're going to lose every fucking time. This is the most extreme version of why it's important to go ghost. You feel me? You don't have to sit up and be on an emotional tirade of expressing how you feel. These people know exactly how you feel. They just don't give a fuck about how you feel. Their feelings, their situation, and their circumstance is more important than anything that you could ever have going on. I'll tell you who the biggest proprietor of ghosting is. It's women. When they feel that their needs or wants or desires are not being met, they will ghost you. Some of them do it slowly and gradually. Many of you guys who have been in relationships, who have went through failed relationships, have witnessed this. Many women have a foot out of the door far long before you ever recognize that they do. The attraction level has dropped so low that they are willing to do whatever fulfills one void. You can check all the boxes. You can check 6 of those boxes, but for that seventh box, it's so much that they can't even deal with you anymore. They lose respect for you because you're not carrying yourself like a goddamn man. Unfortunately, in these red pill spaces, a lot of guys lose sight of that. They figure that being an asshole all the time is going to get you the desired results that you want with women. And I'm here to tell you that is a load of bullshit. And a lot of y'all should really stop listening to these guys. I witnessed one guy who talks a whole lot of red pill shit about women, the standards and boundaries that men should have. You know, wouldn't deal with this type of woman and deal with that type of woman. All this other mumbo jumbo, and witness this man get married to a woman that I would never even notice if she was out in public. For many of these people, this shit is simply a hustle. Preying on men's emotions. This is what a lot of women do in these spaces with the male agreeability, but men do it as well. They talk all this goddamn shit, but yet they're settling for the same type of people they tell you not to settle for. They fake. They're frauds. I'll be the first to admit that I have a lot of life experience. I have relationship experience as well. I've been in 2 serious relationships in my entire life. And each one failed when I was doing the most. Listen, bruh. No matter your interaction with women, no matter what other men tell you, women are human too. And there's no reason to not be a man to a woman. If a woman travels 3.5 hours to come and see you and spend time with you, you should check her oil. You should check her tire pressure to make sure she gets home safely. There's nothing wrong with actually taking the car and putting a little gas in that motherfucker. Pumping the gas for a woman. There's nothing wrong with that, man. For many of these red pill fucking bozos, they have no experience when dealing with women. And their interaction with women is very minimal. They're not dealing with 8s, 9s, and 10s. They're dealing with 2s and 3s who play them. They come to you out of a place of hurt. You understand what I'm saying? They still hurt because maybe they've increased their value financially. Maybe they're attracting better quality of women that they feel like they should have been attracting all along. But at the end of the day, you can really tell who's out here in the field, man. There's nothing wrong with being a man to a woman. It's actually more attractive. Not being up here being all chivalrous. You know, if you set a date and say whatever and they flake, guess what? You go ghost. Anytime you see a text message that say, "Hey stranger," you go ghost. You've been ghosted them. They just didn't know. Any interaction you have in the initial phases that don't line up to what your standards and boundaries are, you need to ghost them motherfuckers. I don't give a damn how fine she is. I don't give a damn how good she look. She looks at herself every day. And for the simple fact that she entertained you to some degree, it had to be some level of she looked up to you. It's something about you that she respected. And you need to hone in on that. Once you start doing the most, once you start becoming someone that you're not, she's going to lose attraction. And by saying losing attraction, she's going to lose respect for you. There's a lot of beautiful women out here, man. Got a lot of beautiful women out here on their shit too. But what are you about? You are what you attract. You are what you entertain. This is why I don't feel the need to sit up here and go on about some chick at a cheesecake factory, whether it's a skit or not, or any of the crap that I see online, because I'm out here in the trenches. You understand me? Like, for real, man. Sure, some of us haven't hit the genetic lottery. So what? There's always going to be a man that's taller. There's always going to be a man that's more attractive. There's always going to be a man that have more money. But at the end of the day, those people are not you. Who are you? What makes you worthy of getting the things that you desire? Are you putting in the work to attain those things that you desire? Or are you sitting up here typing paragraphs on social media under some broad that's whole stitch is to wound you up emotionally, to make you feel less than? Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Call me arrogant, call me pompous. Say whatever you want to. I'm a confident man. I am going to move accordingly. When things don't fit my program, when you start behaving a way that's not becoming of what the boundaries that I've set, I am going to ghost you. There's no need to have a conversation. There's no need to have any dialogue about this and that. You're simply not for me. And I'm going to go on about my goddamn business. Some of you guys don't really know what it means to have the abundance mindset, man. What it means to exude confidence. I'm not putting anything before me and my purpose. And this is what women won't tell you. They'll say this shit online. I want a man that takes me here and do this and do this and do that. But inherently, their nature is to be attracted to a man that is not focused entirely on them and their well-being. When you focusing on what you need to accomplish and what you need to do, then they can get on board. That is the real security. That's the real bag. Money doesn't outlame a lame. It's just a lame with money. This is why you see motherfuckers with money get played just like anybody else. The goofy. Many of y'all are doing entirely too much And I'm going to break it down. If you're not getting your needs met, if you're not getting your desires met as a man, deal with those people accordingly. Deal with them to the point where you can actually ghost them. And don't think twice about it. There's nothing better than knowing who you are. There are a billion people on this fucking planet. There's a lot of people, man. Moses, I appreciate the $10 sponsorship. I hope to meet you one day. I look up to you. Your videos gave me strength through a bad breakup. Thank you. Absolutely, man. The thing is about it, you hear these things thrown out there. Know your worth. Know your worth. Recognize your worth. Many of these people don't recognize their damn worth because many of them waste their goddamn time. They waste a lot of their damn time online, and they waste a lot of time dealing with people who are not for them. It doesn't mean that they're not good people. It just simply means that they're not for you. Many of these idiots stick around in the friend zone for years in hopes of dealing with one person. Someone who's blatantly showed you that they have no regard, no attachment to you. It's all about them. And you will waste years of your time, years of your life investing, over-investing, over-caring for these people. Women will actually consistently test a man's strength, emotional strength. And once you start to show any sort of weakness, that is when they will actually start losing more and more respect for you. When she's having problems with her friend and you become more of a home girl, you become that friend, that go-to person that she can always come to about her goddamn problems, even though you're a man and you're sexually attracted to her. Even to the point where you are in a full-fledged relationships, but you care too much. Most times, even if you're in a relationship, when she come in here with that bullshit, I don't want to hear it. Oh, really? Oh, okay, then. You need to handle that. That's on you. Brian Hornet, salute to you, my brother, with the $20 sponsorship. Peace to you, my brother. He said, salute GMB, Mars, chat. I'm glad I caught this live stream. Absolutely. Man, Brian Hornet, man, you my dog. You've been around a long time, man. And I appreciate your support, man, in every way. I appreciate all you brothers' support. But like A1 Day Ones, man, like Brian Hornet, man, for sure, man. It's time that we get away from the conversations about these viral reels, these skits that these women are doing, and become more focused on what we need to do moving forward as men. I don't give a damn what these bras are saying, man, at all. That shit doesn't affect my life at the least. Oh shit, I'm missing a super chat. Y'all forgive me. Let me go back. Go back down. Hold on. God damn, them shades fucking me up. Sorry about that, fellas. Okay, Bishop Mac, man, I appreciate the $5 sponsorship. Salute to you, my brother. He said, you create what you attract. The truth, you and your mission come first. Absolutely. Unfortunately, a lot of guys don't, They fall so easily to this shit. Mr. O, man, I appreciate the $5 sponsorship, man. Salute to you and the chat. What I missed? You ain't missed much, man. You ain't missed much. What I'm saying is, man, look, you can, many of you guys, you come on to YouTube, man, you're looking for, an escape route. You're looking for something that you can fall back on that can probably relate to your everyday experience. But much of this stuff don't relate to you at all. And it's considered, basically what it is doing is feeding the whole economy. As Ramil would say, you're investing in the whole economy. Attention, whether it's good or bad, is attention nonetheless. That Cheesecake Factory chick is now putting money in her pockets because people want to interview her. For what? It was a skit to get emotionally undisciplined men to buy into it. And guess what? It works. It works. It's been proven time and time again. You want to get a little money? Get these niggas in their feelings. You understand me? It's unfortunate, but it's true. Tyrese, ex-wife, the same shit. The same shit. Last time I checked, let me go over here and look. The last time I checked, this woman had damn near 340,000 subscribers. 95% of those subscribers are men. Think about that. A woman who is actively raking a man over the coals financially through divorce is over here telling you idiots everything that you want to hear. It's a hustle. Meanwhile, men who have been giving this same sort of information for years, you don't even know they exist. You got to put titties on the message, I guess. Got to put some ass on the message, I guess. It shows just how weak and easy men are. I've told you guys, that's something that I can agree with when it comes to women. Men are easy. You are easy. You are. Every social media post, every ass pic on Instagram, even if she look good, even she can just look decent. You guys are there in the comment sections with your hearts, giving away your validation so easily when you should really be focused on what you're trying to accomplish. Listen, guys, I've talked about my personal experiences when it comes to relationships and when I've put women on pedestals. I can only imagine how it is when you put women on pedestals that don't even know you exist. It's high time that you recognize your worth, recognize your value, understand who you are, and start moving accordingly. Stay off of social media so much. Stop leaving so many hearts and comments. Stop going into DMs. It's to the point that women are selling feet pics. That shit is weird. And if you one of those weird ass Negroes that's over here with that bullshit, get the fuck out of here. If anybody has a problem with anything I say, Richmond, get them up out of here. I give a damn what. The only time I've ever addressed a woman saying anything was Sinji when she came at me directly, but that was years ago. I don't go into these women's spaces. I don't listen to anything that these women say because I really don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm too busy trying to build and make a legacy for myself. I'm too busy trying to attract what I desire. And it's very simple. Very simple. Focus on you. Become what you want to attract. That's it. Women recognize a man. Women recognize a man that they can play with. And unfortunately for many of y'all, they will play with you. Let's go. What else I wanted to touch on here? Maybe I should go ahead and touch on the Tyrese shit because I wanted to play that video and break it down. You know, if I was Tyrese, I wouldn't have given her a response at all. You know, it's the same thing when it comes to this friend zone stuff. You know, women say I can male friends and I can have a male friend and whatever, but and when a man doesn't accept that, he's insecure, he's jealous. No, it's just simply that inherently men know how other men operate. That man isn't there for no reason. He's not there for nothing he's not benefiting from. He's going to benefit something. Y'all excuse me for a second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, my bad. Listen, man. I am in one of the largest cities in the United States right now. I can say this wholeheartedly. There's a plethora of options out here. You have career women, doctors and lawyers. You have women who are in real estate. You have women in, business owners and stuff. And a lot of those women are some of the most loneliest women you will ever meet. A lot of them don't get caught up in the hoopla of what you see online. But one common denominator for all of them is that they recognize a man. When you're true to yourself, you don't have the problems that most men have. When you're honest with yourself as far as who you are, what you contribute to the world, and being honest about who you are and what you present, things become a whole lot easier, man. It does. You don't have those problems, man. You don't. You really don't, man. When you have charm, charisma, personality, a sense of humor, you know, not all tense all the time, not all, man, things are easy, very easy. I'll say the biggest problem that you have when you are all those things is being a disciplined man, not entertaining all those goddamn options. You understand what I'm saying? So many guys find themselves in so many compromising positions because their lack of abundance. And it's up to you to create that life of abundance, social abundance, and sexual abundance. We know, if we don't know anything else, we know this. Women don't want a man that other women don't want. Take that to the fucking bank. This is why, when you're dealing with a female, or initially, she will show her friends your Instagram or your social media or whatever the case may be to get approval from her females. What you say and all that bullshit, it doesn't matter. She seeks the approval and the opinion of other women. And when other women say, oh, he all right, he ain't all that, she gonna lose a little bit more attraction for you then too. That's the way hypergamy works. When people talk about hypergamy, yeah, that's a way that it works. Yeah. She could be head over heels, like she into you. But once that friend be like, yeah, all right, it's over for you. It might be that stupid ass miserable friend, the fat one, that can't get a man to save her life. She's a recreational pump and dump bitch. But she has heavy influence over the female that you may be interested in. This is why less is more. Double texting, double calling, over pursuing. Yeah, that shit diminishes your value. It does. It makes you look like a goddamn fool. It makes you look like you don't have the options, the plethora of women that are available at your disposal if need be. But for many guys, I tell you guys, if you're gonna be out here dating or whatever, man, I mean, it's all good, man. Just deal with women accordingly. Don't make them the end all be all of what you're trying to accomplish. Accomplish everything that you need for yourself and for your legacy. For you guys who have kids, leave something behind for your kids. Deal with women who could actually contribute something to your program. If not, if they're there for recreational use, use them for recreational use and then ghost them. There hasn't been a time that I've seen where you ghost a female who doesn't contribute anything to your program, who doesn't eventually comes back. Because men of substance, men who are actually taking care of their goddamn business, men who are actually being men, are premium. Sure, she will go out there and venture out in the world and do her thing or whatever, but she will never meet another you. That is the difference between you and everyone else. You stand true on who you are. She don't call you, you don't call her. She don't text you, you don't text her ass. So fucking what? You move on. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to meet people as long as you live, as long as you're putting yourself out there, as long as you're out there in the world. You know what I'm saying? as long as you outside. You're never going to be inside. You're only inside for a certain amount of time. But if you actually out here in the field, like the rest of us regular degulars, you making shit happen. Trust me when I say this, man. I make 3 times the median income for even the white man. The average median income. In my career, I make 3 times that. I've never went to college. Skills and trades are what bring in money, brothers. But if you look online, most people will tell you a blue collar brother is a dusty. Meanwhile, many of the people who calling men dusty that do have a blue collar trade or skill or job, they craving those men. They pleading to get to those type of men, especially if he's fairly attractive. You know, I was blessed enough to be tall enough or whatever, but nobody will never know how much money I make. It's no one's business. I live within my means. I live the way that I'm comfortable living. Even if that was a cabin in the goddamn woods with no internet or any of that shit, just an old Jeep. You'll never know. I am so comfortable with who I am as a man, I don't feel the need to show anybody anything. Women recognize a confident man, a competent man. Forever, man, I appreciate the $5 sponsorship. Facts, GMB. People see you what you see in you. Absolutely. You have to see. What do you tell yourself when you wake up in the morning? What do you see when you look in the mirror? Are you so disgusted with yourself that the first thing you need to do is go online and be looking at somebody's inbox? Or ready to check for some broad inbox, somebody that don't know you exist? Or do you need to work on making yourself visible, putting yourself in a viable position? You understand what I'm saying? Because trust me, they see you. I had this conversation with my daughter. You understand what I'm saying? The same guy that has 800 followers on Instagram that get 40 something likes will get looked completely over, ignored. That same guy will have 20,000 followers on Instagram and, 1,000 likes or 1,500 likes, and everybody wants him now. All the women want him now. Huh? What changed? Tell you what, nothing changed. It was clout, notoriety, visibility, putting yourself out there. Me personally, I am trying to build a brand. Grown man business is a brand, dog. This is something that I am passionate about. This is something that I'm passionate about telling other brothers to understand. Listen, man, less is more. Be focused on you and you alone. Don't get caught up in the struggle of dealing with a female that has 3 children by 3 different men. That's a liability. And you so consumed with what they say online and what they want, then you go buying the house and the cars and all this other shit. And what do you get in return? Nothing. You get relegated to becoming last to someone you put first. You get relegated to being last in a house that you're providing for. Another man's kids, another man's offspring comes before you. That is a terrible place for a man to be, man. If you're not in a position where you're first, You're going to be last. Every motherfucking time. Stop getting caught up on what women say they want. Pay more attention to what you need to do for yourself as a man. Do you hear what I'm saying? Fuck what they saying online. Fuck what they saying when they get a camera in front of their face. Focus more on what you need to do to become the best version of yourself. They see you. That chick that broke your heart, that breakup, that failed relationship you had before, she see you. She waiting over there to see if you're going to fail. And even if they're not waiting to see you fail, they simply are waiting to see that you're not doing better than them. They're simply there to watch. Every heartbreak, every failed relationship, every failed hookup, every woman you ghosted, they're watching you. They're always watching you. There's somebody in this motherfucking chat room or in this 180 something people, damn near 200 people. There's somebody over here watching me. Hey, babe, I ain't failed yet. And I'm not going to fail. Everything in my life is about me and me progressing. If you want to be along for the ride, come on and join, baby. Come on and ride with me. Be that help meet. Be that motherfucker that's going to make sure I get where I need to be. Be that motherfucker that rub my back after a hard day's work. You're going to reap the benefits of that. I don't mind being chivalrous to a motherfucker that earned that position. I don't mind being chivalrous to a woman who earns that treatment. I don't. This is why I talk about this red pill shit, man. There's nothing wrong with being good to a woman that's good to you. Pouring into someone who pours into you. Where it get diluted is where you motherfuckers do the most for people who haven't done anything for you. That's where the lines always get blurred. Where you get to the point where you're making an utter fool of yourself for nothing. You wonder why it was so easily for her to walk away. You wonder why she even got with somebody who you may view as less than you. It's because you became so goddamn engulfed with that woman. You compromised your masculinity so much that she lost so much respect for you that she would deal with somebody that's less than you than actually deal with you. Y'all don't hear me, man. Everything about your life, everything that you are building, everything that you're trying to accomplish, everything needs to be all about you. Should never be about the broad. Run your game, man. Run your stick. Enjoy it. Have a good time. But at the end of the day, man, what are you doing? Let me take a look at the chat, man. What's happening with y'all, man? Patrick Sargent, what's happening? D Flim, man, my brother, what's good, man? Willie Beeman, the Mars Squad, the wrenchman up in this bitch, man. Patrick Sargent, man. Fierce Soul, man, for sure, for sure. Listen, man, I am going to pull up something. And I'm going to break it down before I get out of here. Because I feel like it's necessary that we do. Throw my headphones on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go back. My bad. Go back. Wesley. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me stop it right here. Let me see. Pause it. All right. Let me go back. All right. Let me see. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Show some love, baby. Show some motherfucking love, man. Super chat is available, man, for y'all that want to donate. The Cash App is available. Man, I ain't even checked the Cash App. Some of y'all still be donating over there. Man, let me go back. Anybody hit the Cash App. Okay. My brother Muhammad with the $5 sponsorship, man. I appreciate you, man. Salute to you, baby. Hashtag men first. All right. Okay. Let's get this up on the screen, man. Share. Okay. Let's look at my man here, man, as he going through it. He going through it, man. And like I told you, brother, before, this brother is pretty much the end game of what many of you guys are going to be faced with. Unfortunately, y'all ain't married yet. And a lot of y'all, this is proof that it's more obvious now, more than ever, how oblivious that men are to women's nature and what their end game is. So let's play this.
All right. Hold on. Look, man, I was not going to respond to this video of my ex that's now gone viral. She is
And therein lies a problem. You shouldn't have responded once she went viral. You should have kept your fucking mouth closed. Because now, guess what? You are now promoting her going viral inadvertently. But let's continue.
loving it. Congratulations, you went viral again over something else that you said because you're trying to build up your YouTube page and get your followers up. Listen, man, listen. If you had people in your ear that influenced you into leaving your husband and your 1-year-old child, your innocent 1-year-old child, we both were divorcee kids, grew up in toxic environments.
And that's what you need to understand. She don't give a fuck about your upbringing. She doesn't give a fuck about your toxic environment or none of that shit. You were Tyrese Gibson far before you ever got with this chick. You were a lick. Now, of course, based on her survival instinct, you were wealthy, you had notoriety, you had fame, you had all these things. So, of course, you not understanding your own worth and knowing who you were as a man, you fell into the fucking trap. You can't blame her for that. That's on you. Let's continue.
Torn in between our old family, new family, stepfather, stepmother. That's a life that we both lived.
And she used that to reel your stupid ass in. She knew exactly how to play on your goddamn emotions to reel your ass in. I'm sure y'all had those conversations prior, but where are those conversations at now? Huh? She fleeced you, man. Accept it. Let's go.
And you.
Oh, fair use. Fair use.
Packed up a 1-year-old, put a COVID mask on top of the Ring cameras.
Put a COVID mask on top of the Ring cameras. Hold on. Let me zoom in one time before we let me pull that. I can't even pull myself up, make a full screen out myself. Put a COVID mask over the Ring cameras. She put a COVID mask over the Ring cameras. What does that tell you? I'm gonna wait for I'm gonna get a chance to respond. If she put a mask, a COVID mask, if she covered those Ring cameras, what does that tell you, fellas? Yeah, very detailed, Fierce. Me and the guys allow women to get on this camera and go on social media. Exactly. Anybody care? to elaborate why she covered them cameras up? Ghetto? Oh yeah, that's ghetto as hell. I'm gonna tell you why she covered them goddamn cameras up. Cause there was some niggas came over there and moved her shit. Tyrone and the homies came over there. That's exactly what happened. Tyrone and the homies came over there and moved her fucking shit. That's why she covered up them Ring cameras. Because she knew if it was she. Let's continue. I'm glad y'all recognize that shit.
And I was literally in an airplane on my way home to fight for my marriage.
And that's what
and my family.
You ready to fight for your marriage and your family, but you stupid motherfucker, you had to realize that you didn't have a wife or a family. You had somebody that was there for a good time and not a long time, and she fleeced you. Accept that, brother. Unfortunately, guys like this, they're not privy to this type of information. They don't know the deep, dark desires of a female. Once you saw a COVID mask over those Ring cameras, you should have already knew what time it was. But you should have known what time it was far before then. You had no reason to be getting into a marriage with this broad, man. She preyed on your emotions. She wouldn't have known anything about you unless you let her know those things. This is why I started this stream by talking about being resilient. Resiliency. Overcoming everything, every obstacle, every challenge that ever been thrown your way in life. And once you've accepted those challenges, you have no reason to talk about those things with anybody else. Because 9 times out of 10, if you're dealing with a female, especially if you're rich, you're a celebrity, you're famous, you're all these things, man, you're Tyrese Gibson, those things will be used against you. Never mind being a celebrity, just the average person, man, just being an average everyday brother, man. Anytime you talk about your emotional trauma to a female, once you get into an argument or anything like that with that broad, she is going to use that shit as fuel against you. Yeah, your daddy used to whoop your mama ass. Yeah, yeah, you were broke, you were poor. None of that stuff has anything to do with what has any relevancy of where you are right now today and who you are as a man today. No. They have to find a way to tear your stupid ass down. They have to find a way to bring your stupid ass back down to her level. She knew that you were too good for her, but you thought she was too good for you. So she used your emotional trauma to bring you down to her level. And let's see what else she does.
You're heartless.
You're heartless. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, she heartless. Talk about your goddamn problems to a woman. And watch how quickly she goddamn ignore your ass. Or bring up her problems. Okay.
None of your friends recognize you. This is all about money. If you had friends in your ear, you're lying, you're gaslighting, you're playing. The only person that was in your ear was your mama.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It was a mama. Women live vicariously through their children. That's nothing new. She had nobody in her ear. She had her mama in her ear when she met you. Secure the bag. She seen her mama struggles. Mama gonna tell her every goddamn thing. And gonna navigate how to get chew your stupid ass up and spit you out.
Her name is Patricia Randolph.
Oh, your name dropping. Nigga, you really in your feelings. Name dropping the mama, boy. You
didn't have people in your ear. the amount of people that was supposedly in your ear, you also had a whole lot of people like Aventer Gray, Taffy Dollar, Creflo Dollar's wife.
You got too many people in your woman's ear. And that's a problem. That shows that you have no direction over your motherfucking household. You ain't got no direction. That's a clear sign of disrespect. She don't respect you. What you got all the people in your ear for? Huh? I'm the motherfucking, I'm the celebrity. I'm the star of this show. I'm paying, I'm pretty sure you paying all the bills. What all these people around for? Unless you allow them to be around. This is the type of shit that happened. More people come around when your stupid ass is not the man that you're supposed to be. You're not dictating your household. You're not leading your household. Sure, you're on the road. Sure, you're working, but you can still got them set standards and boundaries. You didn't set the motherfucking standards. You didn't set the parameters, and then your ass got played. Willie Beamer, salute to you, my brother. $10 sponsorship. Shout out to GMB. All the bros here. I remember when Tyrese X liked my photos on IG before they got married. I knew something wasn't right then. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to tell you, man. All these people up in her ear, you talking about, why were they there? Were they there before when y'all was initially getting together? Or did they show up after? You know what I'm saying? Did they show up afterwards? She wasn't introduced to all these damn celebrities and shit. She was just a regular degular. You introduced those people. So now you got to hold yourself accountable, brother. Let's continue.
Wife who married us. You had a whole lot of people in your ear telling you that you're about to do something stupid, impulsive, and y'all are actually not going through anything that would make you want to leave your husband.
Oh, yeah, she did. No. Listen, that's what you need to understand, Tyrese. She had one foot out of the door before she got into that situation. It wasn't stupid. It wasn't impulsive. No, it was a strategy. Come in, make a baby, secure the bag, and get the fuck out. That's what it was, brother. You got to hold yourself accountable. Yes. I know it hurt. I know when you first went on, boy, she was sucking you real good. Boy, you were hitting that ass from the back. Boy, that thing looking like the sun, boy, like the moon back there. Boy, you probably sticking your thumb in her ass and all that shit. Boy, it was real good. Boy, she's serping and waking you up, sucking on you, slurping on you and shit. It was real good to have a beautiful woman doing all that. And goddamn talking about your emotional trauma. Yeah, she had you fucked up, nigga. Yeah, nigga. But you didn't know how these motherfuckers operate out here. How they would use that shit as a weapon against your stupid ass in the end. Let's continue.
Let's go even further. When Aventer Gray and Pastor John Gray were having their own marital issues.
Now you're talking about pastors that had their own marital issues.
At the time, you arranged a therapy session with Aventer Gray at our house.
Yes, yeah, they was having marital issues. They was going through a divorce. Yeah, they were going to talk about the exit strategy. They was coordinating how they was going to get out of their situation. I'm sick of this nigga. I'm sick of this nigga too, bitch. What we need to do? Oh, yeah, well, I got a baby. Let's secure the bag. Oh, yeah, and we can goddamn get them on the hook for alimony, child support, legal fees. We can do all this shit to your dumb ass. Yeah, but you introduced these people to this woman, man. She used your resources to rake your stupid ass over the coals. Let's go.
And when she walked out of her therapy session, she walked into the foyer where the Bumblebee is, and there was 50 boxes with like 7 or 8 people there packing up all the shit to leave the house. And I was in an airplane on my way home to try and fight and save our marriage.
That's the second time he'd have said I'd have tried to fight and save my goddamn marriage. You didn't have a marriage, man. You thought it was a marriage. What you had was a fleecing ceremony. You were Tyrese Gibson. You were a world-recognized celebrity with money. You had no business dealing with this broad, man. Recreational use. She was there for a good time, not a long time. All the resources she used to leave you, you introduced her to. You made it easy for her.
So if you had people in your ear at the time, they must be still in your ear because you're still trying to get $20,000 a month for a 5-year-old. You make $160,000 a year on your own.
Yeah, you make $160,000 a year on your own, and guess what she doing? She right over here on YouTube with the male agreeability shit, using the same talking points and shit that men use every day to hustle stupid, goofy ass niggas like you. This broad literally has damn near 350,000 subscribers, and nearly all of them are men. This shows you just how weak men are. A man can sit up here and tell you, big unk, myself, I can tell you, motherfucker, I got 14,555 subscribers. This broad been around for 8 months. Now, there's no hate, but I'm just telling you, it shows you, this broad ain't even been around a year with 300,000 subscribers. Telling men the same shit that I've been telling you stupid motherfuckers for years. What is it? Because I ain't got no titties. I ain't got no ass. I got a beard. What the fuck? You understand what I'm saying? Stupidity, goofiness. And yeah, you help us support our channel too. Let's keep going.
This is all a game. You're clout.
Yes, it is a game.
Chasing. You're something that I don't even know.
She is exactly who she's always been. You just figuring that out, Tyrese. Let's go.
Simple woman, not into materialistic things, don't care about fame and mansions and popularity. You're everything that you told me and all of your friends and loved ones that you wasn't.
Yeah, she played you. What do I talk about the mask, gentlemen? They go wear that goddamn mask.
If you wanted to be famous, boo-boo, that's all you had to say. You didn't have to play this game that you wasn't.
And this shit been over for what, 3-4 years? My dog's still in his feelings because that money is attached to it.
Now you out here playing on single mothers and their emotions, playing on women that are actually in abusive relationships and fucked up marriages that are toxic and dark and dysfunctional. That's not what that was.
Yeah, no. She doing exactly what it's called content strategy. That's what she doing. She doing the same thing that Derek Jackson does. All these motherfuckers, man, all these podcasts that popped up over the past 2 years, a year. Meanwhile, motherfuckers been around for 6-7 years saying the same goddamn shit, but she using that strategy. She gonna have 1 million subscribers real soon.
You think I would have a song entitled "I Don't Think You Ever Loved Me" if I didn't really feel that way? You think I would have a song out called "Love Transaction"?
Absolutely, Tyrese, you're right. I don't think you ever loved me. You're absolutely right. You had to make a song about that. She did. She never loved you, brother. Never. She never loved you when you married her. The day she stood at that altar and all that other bullshit, the big extravagant wedding that you paid for out of your pocket, she never loved you. Love transaction? Absolutely. It is a transaction.
If I didn't realize that it was never love, it was just a transaction.
That's what it normally is. And listen, I'm gonna pause right there. This is what I want you motherfuckers to understand. When they talk about love transaction, it doesn't necessarily mean money. You could be fulfilling some emotional void that this broad had from her trauma. Maybe she got daddy issues. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe she been going through a rough patch and you just a listening ear. You become an emotional dumpster for this person, an emotional tampon. She's going to use your stupid ass. You can be used as a man more than financially, just being a masculine presence, something that she craved at that time. Once she doesn't need that fulfillment anymore, she's going to discard you. She's going to discard you. She's going to disregard you. It's like you never exist. Fuck you. And go on about the next chapter of their lives, man. Come on, man. These are things, Tyrese need to be listening to shit like this, man.
This shit is about money.
Of course it's about money.
You've hired 3 law firms.
3 law firms. And listen, they gave her like $260-some thousand. The law firms got like $400,000. Raking his ass over the coals, but still up here talking about what women should do for their man. Male agreeability, saying everything that men want to hear. Meanwhile, raking this stupid ass nigga over the coals. Make it make sense.
Trying to fucking suck me dry. I'm approaching $1 million in legal fees.
$1 million in legal fees. Now you see why this man was going crazy over these on these podcasts and on Breakfast Club and on live on his Instagram. $1 million. But meanwhile, she over here on YouTube saying she for men. If she was really for men, she would terminate her goddamn. She would keep her YouTube channel, but she would say that she don't want nothing else from this man. She would throw out all the fucking court proceedings moving forward. If she wasn't about money, if she was so part about male empowerment, male agreeability, the plights of men and all this shit, she would throw out all the cases against this man. She was like, I don't want nothing else from him. We good. I'm going to go on about my business. But you know what? The bitch ain't. And you stupid motherfucker still over there listening to this, bro.
And we had a prenup. You already tried to ask me to come back. You already tried to reconcile. I told you I was in a relationship with Zelly.
Yeah, but yeah. You had to put that out there, didn't you? You had to put that out there. You know why he put that out there? About Zelly? Because Zelly know he's still in his feelings about that broad. But also, Zelly got her claws in his motherfucking back now. Stupid ass simps never learn. Dumb niggas never learn. Now Zelly gonna be the next one. Rake your stupid. You jumped right out of the frying pan into the fire. Instead of taking the time to sit back, reflect, recognize your verb, recognize who you is, man. I'm a motherfucking done out there, bitch. I'm amazing. I'm self-made. I went from singing Coca-Cola on a bus to being world-renowned actor, musician, and all this other shit. Instead of recognizing that about your goddamn self, you go jump right into another fucking relationship. That's what stupid niggas do. That's what simps do. Why you didn't take the time to heal, get over the shit, sit back, reflect on it like, man, I got raked over the coat. I ain't jumping in no motherfucking relationship. You can have any woman you want, bro. You can have bad ones, IG models. You can pay them to leave. But you gonna consistently pull your pockets into this shit with commitments and marriages until your ass is spun dry. Look at every celebrity. Look at NFL players. Within 3 years, they broke. Look at the motherfucking celebrities and shit that have to file for bankruptcy over and over again, having to pay these bitches off. You niggas is dumb. Dumb. You know why? Because they listen to other women. These men, they listen to women. They listen to their mama. They listen to their aunties. They don't come listen to Big Unc. They don't listen to no man that has a lot of life experiences. Shit, Tyrese older than me. Get the fuck out of here.
And I was not willing to go and break this off or cut this woman off because you decided to wake up on a Wednesday and come back and play in the sandbox. Everything about the way you left me was heartless. It was evil. You never considered me, your marriage, and let alone your innocent 1-year-old child. She had to celebrate her 2nd birthday apart.
She don't care about the baby spending time apart from you, man. She secured what she wanted to come through. She got what she wanted, man. She had an exit strategy when she came in the door, fool. That's what you need to realize. She had one foot out of the door when she came in there. Sure, she came in there and sucked and fucked you and all this other bullshit. Played on your emotional weakness. Absolutely. And now, guess what? Now you're holding the bag. Now you're going to cough up $1 million or $2 million or more. And you still ain't learned your lesson because you're in a whole new relationship with the marriage shit. Get out of here. Anyway, man, I done ran well over my goddamn hour. I'm an hour and 30 minutes in. You know I like to run an hour. Zan, man, Zan, what's happening with you, man? You right, bro. She waiting him out, and why ain't he asked Ludacris how he hadn't? Oh shit, Ludacris, how he got a wife and hung around Luda instead of DJ Envy. Yeah, man, DJ Envy. Yeah, DJ Envy, bitch, up there talking about goddamn, she ain't never had an orgasm. Just nonsense. I think the biggest problem that most of these idiots have is trying to make sense out of nonsense. You stupid motherfucker. That is what it is. Money doesn't buy masculinity. Money can't out lame a lame. Money can't out simp a simp. You allow this woman to prey on your emotional weakness, and she's sucking you dry. And she's showing you, now that she's away from you, exactly who she was the entire time. This is in most instances. This is what most men are faced with. But it takes an extraordinary man to shake back from that type of bullshit. The resiliency to overcome those obstacles, those challenges, and never put yourself in those positions again. Unfortunately, most men are unable to do that. They're ill-equipped with the masculine traits that it takes to overcome your emotional trauma. If he was, he wouldn't even be in a relationship right now. The last thing he would be concerned with would be being in a relationship while you're actively being raked over the coals financially from your last bitch. You follow me? Listen, I know that many of you guys enjoy having a fat ass and a wet vag to wake up to every morning. I know you enjoy having a companion, someone you can turn to when you're having a rough day or when you're having a rough patch in your life. I understand that. Interpersonal relationships are important. But only when you get into those relationships, you start to realize that the person that you thought was for you isn't really for you. This is why I talk about when people talk about being equally yoked, many of these relationships are not equally yoked at all, because most guys tend to put the woman on a pedestal. If she's attractive, if she look good, got a nice ass and stuff, man, and you feel, oh my God, I'm blessed. Best thing I ever had. But the bitch got a 430 credit score. The bitch has a terrible history with dealing with every man she ever dealt with. You know what I'm saying? She got a whole bunch of emotional baggage, a bunch of emotional trauma. Yeah, she look good, but she ain't worth a fuck. It's just like going to spend $500,000 on a Lamborghini, and that bitch got a Nissan Altima engine in there. Now it's a 2023 Ferrari with a goddamn 2008 Nissan Altima engine in it. It's worthless. And you're going to spend more time and effort and resources and money trying to repair the engine in this broken ass car that looks good than spending time on focusing on making shit happen for yourself. This is why he had so much dysfunction and turmoil when it came to The Rock or the cast of the Fast and Furious and shit. Zan said again, remember Tyrese opened up long ago about his childhood. He never got love from his mom. He has mommy issues. And man, listen, bro, as a man, you got to get past that. You have to get it past your emotional trauma. Women are emotional. Men are logical. Yes, those traumas happen to you. Do you need to seek counseling or whatever, therapy or whatever? That's where you come to other men. Not the type of men to tell you, oh, man up, motherfucker. Blah, 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 blah. Nah, but somebody that actually say, hey, look, man, use that shit as fuel. Use everything that you've been as fuel. Everything that you've been through is fuel. You know what I'm saying? Use that trauma as fuel, man. You've conquered the world, man. You can conquer it even more. You become even better. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason you keep attracting these ain't shit bitches because you still stuck with this emotional trauma. You got to let that shit go, man. Stop dragging around people's baggage. Yeah, you went through it. You got to let the fire inside of you burn brighter than the fire around you, brother. As a man, you're not afforded the luxury of carrying around a bunch of emotional baggage. It would destroy you, and you will never be the man that you could potentially be in life. You could never be the man that you were destined to be. Yeah, you can have celebrity status. You can have money and cars and fame and all that other shit. But at the end of the day, you're empty inside because you don't have that fulfillment of purpose of who exactly you're supposed to be. This is why I tell guys all the time, sure, I would love to have Jay-Z's money. I would love to have Tyrese's money, but I would never want to be these motherfuckers. No, I love me too much. I'm happy that God created me to be who I am. You understand what I'm saying? I am unique. I am amazing. In my simple, regular, everyday motherfucking life, blue collar and all, wouldn't trade or nothing. I would, if I could go back, I would change a lot of experience that I went through that I didn't have to go through. But I subjected myself to those things. It wasn't nobody else's choice but my own. You understand what I'm saying? Unfortunately for people like him, he inadvertently put himself in a compromising position without even knowing any better. There's a difference when you don't know any better. But the fact that you jump right into a new relationship while you're still going through the turmoil of this last relationship proves everything that we need to know about you. You have a fear of loss, you have a fear of being alone, and these women gonna run your motherfucking pockets. Even the new bitch set up and said she was more attracted to Paul Walker than you. The new bitch. Not the one that's breaking him over the cold financially that's making YouTube content with male agreeability. No, the new bitch literally told him to his face that she was more attracted to the white boy than she was to him. You can't make this stuff up. And the truth is, many men are Tyrese. Many men do not know their worth. Many men will put up with anything just to have anything. Y'all don't hear me. Many men are so in fear of being alone Many men are so infatuated with some eye candy. Many men want to feel validated in the approval of a goddamn woman that they will put themselves in all kind of compromising situations throughout their fucking life until you age out, until you're miserable, until you're a shell of the man that you were destined to be. I want to let you guys know something. I often tell you guys that I come from a place of, the average everyday brother. I am the voice for the voiceless. I've been through and endured a lot of the things that I critique men for going through. And the reason that I do is because experience is life's greatest teacher. In my 40 plus years on this planet, I look back on a lot of the things that I've endured outside of personal loss when it came to death. Everything that I've experienced when it comes to relationships, whether it be interpersonal relationships, sexual relationships, or even friendships, everything that I've endured or subjected myself to was by my own doing. We often talk about women having an intuition, female intuition. I like to talk about the fact that men have an intuition as well. It's called your gut. When you know something isn't right with you, when you know something isn't sitting well with your spirit, when you know things are off balance, when you feel like things aren't according to your masculine principles, when things are off-centered. You understand what I'm saying? When it's pulling you away from your masculine center, do you know something is wrong? If you feel like you're doing wrong, do you know you're doing wrong? When you only got $1,000 in your bank account, but this bro want to go out on a dinner date for $275, you can't afford to do that. Don't do it. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. We just had a bloop bloop. Hold on. I'm not done. I'll be right back. Okay. We back. Oh. Shit. Oh shit. Thought that did that. Turn it on. The hell? Why is it doing that? Can y'all hear me clearly? Fuck. Motherfucker. Well. Well, I guess I have to finish it off like that, man. My damn camera acting stupid, man. Anyway, listen, bro. I want y'all to understand something. If you don't hear anything else that I say, when I talk about men first, it's not saying that we're above anybody. It doesn't mean that women don't have their own struggles. It doesn't mean that the human race doesn't have their own struggles. I talk about being a man before you're anything else. Before you're a father, before you're a husband, whatever you decide to do, man, stand on who you are. Be who you are. Be the man that the Most High designed you to be. Make decisions. Be decisive. Stand on your principles, man. Have standards and boundaries, man. And if people don't fit into what you're trying to build as a man, then they have no place in your life. And you don't owe anybody an explanation of what you need to do for yourself, for your peace of mind, for your well-being. You don't owe anybody an explanation for that. That's why I am a huge advocate for going ghost. People know what they do to you. People know what type of games they play. And once you got wind of what the fuck they trying to do, then there's no need to explain anything. Just move accordingly, man. Leave them to their own devices. Sometimes it's best that you give yourself closure. You don't have to express some long, drawn-out, stupid-ass text message. You don't have to say anything, man. You could just say, arrivederci. And let them go, man. Let them go. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to say anything. Just say less is more. Less is more. Let them be to their own devices of exactly what has transpired. Because they know. They know. Regardless of what they try to explain. Because I'm gonna tell you something. 9 times out of 10, when you try to explain where you're coming from, the reason you're behaving the way that you're behaving, the reason you being distant and cold and all that other bullshit, they're simply going to rationalize their behavior. I tell people all the time, man, a gaslighting tactic that a lot of people use is saying that if you know me, then you know I. But that still doesn't make your behavior acceptable. Another thing is with the apologies. Shout out to Ty City, because he mentioned this before too. People think apologies are a get out of jail free card. You understand what I'm saying? You can just because you apologize, I'm supposed to just forgive you for your bullshit. I'm supposed to just accept your apology for your bullshit, for the fuck shit you done to me. No, fuck you. I don't accept your apology, and fuck you. Have a good night. With that being said, brothers, theatricality and deception are powerful agents to the uninitiated. But we are the initiated. We are men first. You fellas have a good night. I'll be back Wednesday.
D-Max Beats.